We are here with Fatebreakers Retold, episode 30, hosted by Capricorn Demon.
Hello, welcome, and greetings everybody on Twitch. I am your Dungeon Master, the one and only Capricorn Demon. Welcome back again to another exciting session of Fatebreakers Retold. Let us go ahead and recap of what happened last week, session 29, Living That Desert Life. With the party's next course of action to head over to Sut, they decide to rest up in the Boiling Isle for the night and then leave the following morning. Beaker, Bervigi, Arya, Lucy, and Ink stay in Linda's family home while Max and Benny stay at the only tavern there is in town. Next morning, as the sun begins to rise on the horizon, Max and Benny experience a Fargonian custom, a morning wake-up call. Here in Flargos, unless a town or city has a way to stay cool while the sun reaches its highest peak during the day, the people wake up early in order to get their day started and get most of their work and errands done. The other half of the party get the same treatment from Linda as 6 a.m. rolls around and she gets everyone moving. Though Lucy, being accustomed to the culture already, is up and ready to go. Max and Benny enjoy a good hearty breakfast that consists of mostly proteins such as beans and meat and a few carbs. Flargonians are very well fit people with the diet that they eat and the physicality they endure every day. A meal simple yet delicious, as the Air Genasi Tavern Keep asks Max and Benny for their services and grinding chocolate as payment for their meal. Once everyone has a good morning meal and shortly meet up again, Linda sends them to see an old tailor who will help them blend in with the locals. She fits everyone and fashions them in both comfortable and functional Thargonian clothing to reduce the effects that the sun and heat have here. With Lucy Sand Sailor, the party say goodbye to the Boiling Isle and start heading down towards the southwest of Flargos to the city of Sut. Along their journey, Lucy and Beaker inform the rest of the party of Sut's history. Lucy recalls the city to be one of the main trading centers of Flargos since the beginning of time, while Beaker explains how the city, being the main trading center, is controlled by many gangs that try and claim parts of Flargos and its cities as their own. Gangs that consist of either noble merchant influence, the usual street filth, or a mix of both. Two such figures mentioned are the Bloodspades, a gang of tieflings led by five tiefling nobles, and a frequent visitor of Sut in the form of the strongest pirate captain of the Leviathan Council, who is a hulking giant orc.
Big Orc Man.
hmm As the party arrive at Sut, they are told by guards that they must contribute to the community by working to improve the city's way of life with whatever skills they offer. They will have 5 days to secure work before being interviewed by guards who will check on them. Upon entering, they are surprised at the complexity of the city, being made up of four vertical levels with palm trees on the tallest buildings to block out the sun's harsh rays, while still allowing light to pierce through. Now the party must traverse through their new home away from home, while continuing their mission to find the rebel army and stop whatever corruption is spreading in Flargos. Which leads you guys to where you are now. You are through the gates and you are introduced to the first level, the base level, which is where majority of the general public walk around to get from point A to point B. So majority of the first level down here is where you have your living quarters, as well as some small spots such as your bars and your taverns. Nothing too fancy for the life down here. That is mostly consisting of everyday people and slum dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And since you're within the confines of the walls of the city, it's no point of traveling along with the sand sailor since it's going to be pretty difficult to traverse.
Gotcha. I believe you said something about last time, like the city is also very vertical.
Yeah, there's four vertical levels. So this is the first level, the base level. Then you got the second level, which would be a majority of where the shopping and eateries would be at, such as like your local restaurants and other like vendors and such. The next level above that is where majority of the uh, nobility will reside, and then the very top is where the supposed uh, rulers or like public figures of Sut reside. The ones who are supposed to be in charge of this city, but then again, it's the gangs who are really in charge.
Gotcha. Currently just
So
messing with my notes because in the recaps you change the names of things again.
what I change?
They are no longer the Hellraisers.
Yeah, no, I got subconscious.
It's okay. I like the new name.
What's the name? Ink
The
says what?
Bloodspades.
No, Ink says in character. What's the name of
Birdseed
that?
City. I did not know that was a fucking thing. You're not gonna let me down for that. I honestly thought that was clever.
What's the name of that tiefling game again? Hellfuckers or something like that.
Fuck you.
That was Bloodspades.
It's
I was.
Bloodspades now.
I'm saying that in character because Ink doesn't bother
That's
or
why I said
whatever.
Oh,
Bravigi's also saying that.
we're retconning
Hell,
that.
I know it's in character. It's
Ah,
Ink,
okay.
Ink tries to say a name and all that comes out is redacted.
oh,
Beaker, and then you just get corrected by Beaker. Like, well, actually, no, they're the Bloodspades. Okay, and these guards immediately, yeah, those guards gave you guys a pretty hard time.
I'm looking about and seeing if I can see any like thieves cant around, like little like marks here and there. They'd be
God,
subtle.
God can't do shit to me. I'm above it. Anywho, all right. Well,
Do not haunt the DM,
clap,
for you are crunchy and go well with nachos.
claps their hands together. What are we doing? Just waiting for these peoples.
We're gonna find a fucking place to stay. That's the first thing we're doing.
After that, I plan on ingratiating myself with these bloodspits.
I too would also like to go and see them if possible.
So
Why
we're
why
going.
do you two want to immediately go and try to find trouble with the
I'm not
gang that
trying to find trouble. If they run shit around here, it's a good idea to have a good reputation with those who actually run shit around here.
I don't
I,
know.
a gang of nobles feels like I'd fit pretty well there. When in
okay,
Flargos, do as the Flargosians do.
So you want
okay,
to?
but they're not just nobles, they're crime nobles. They're like a crime family is what Beaker explained to us. So
And
this is a
when in Flargos,
They're just listen. They're just spoiled brats who want to have a bit of fun in the streets. Nothing
just
more.
any thieves can fucking left on the ground like we're second. Yeah. Yeah, every now and then you see in the corner of your eyes just like a pair of people just like talking to each other with their hands and just like and like we got
yeah,
some.
yeah, Ink, you can take that dismissive attitude if you like and see where it gets you. I'm going to go do work.
Having to stick up your ass. Only I'm allowed to do that.
Okay.
Also, DM, if you want me to roll, I will.
Roll for what?
Percepting things, like any little marks on, like, say, a shop or a building that in- indicates like somebody's, been there, of saying, "Hey, this place is guarded," or "Hey, this place can be robbed." I don't know if you've seen the little markings in like Skyrim that do shit like that. It's like
They
a
mark buildings, and to be honest, it just be a little marks on things to say this place can be robbed.
yeah, like for in like Skyrim, for example, if you know how to read it or spot it, it will actually lead you to like little stashes of things as well.
Well, then where's the fun in that?
Well, it's just like a stash that thieves use. That way you can be like, "Oh, hey, I can stash my stolen goods here because I'm a part of the guild."
Ah,
It's one of
Well,
those lore things.
Well, and there are
Yeah, I
also
get it.
there are marks on shops like, oh, you can sell stolen items at this shop.
Yes, like they'll have a mark for fence.
Yeah. I would say that there will be nothing outside of these shops. Or well, to be fair, like I said, first level is not shops. First level is just living spaces and
Well, I
your
mean, they can be
bars and
homes too.
taverns. And then yeah, level 2 is where you'll be doing most of your shopping stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Harvey, he's just keeping an eye out. Regardless, though, he's curious.
Anywho, where do we even find these blood whatevers?
Listen, man, it's been a long day. I wasn't getting the reference. Answering your question, Stag.
And I don't think the first thing we're gonna do is try to walk into whatever fucking house they live in and kick down their door and say hello to them. I think we're just gonna walk around and do more or less just be here for a little bit. Got shit to do, so
Fair enough. I'm sure we'll eventually see them if they really run this place.
maybe. Either way, place to stay, and yeah, we're looking for inns, etc., etc.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, this place has changed since the last time I've been here, says Lucy.
6K years.
Yeah, I know. I'm old, and I need to keep reminding me of that.
You don't look a day over 1,000.
It's what immortality does to you, all right? And now I'm barely feeling the effects of, well, being normal again after so long.
Harvey was gonna chuckle and be like, "She doesn't look a day over the age of 20."
It's the
Yeah, it's cause she's cheating. All right, now let's go.
everyone cheats.
I think I look my age, so
Mm,
Only occasionally
look
it
at least-
dies.
you look like 25 to me sometimes.
flattering, but sure. I don't know about that.
Me just casually checking my sheet to check my
I
character's age
won't-
real quick.
What's a
Okay,
do
I
we
do
see
remember.
any do we see any inns or some place where newcomers go to stay?
Well, you definitely see a ton of inns along your way as you guys begin to walk through.
Oh boy.
However,
that?
yeah, you do see that a few of these places you might need to choose very carefully, considering that a lot of them just have their eyes on you. Considering the fact that yeah, you're not majority of you are not from here. Look like you're just easy pickings. It's about to, you're about to catch some strays here.
I well that's their problem.
Don't mind me just keeping notes. Alright.
All right. However, luckily, with enough searching, you do at least find a decent side of the lower level, the base level, and come across the Emerald Strongbox.
Very gemstones.
I would have thought this was a bank more than an inn.
Honestly, it was a bank before. Way back when, it's where we used to keep a lot of our trade goods.
Maybe it does both?
Why would you have the same place you sleep at, the same place to store money? Wouldn't that?
Well, I heard it changed about maybe a couple years ago. I think maybe a little bit before my creation, says Beaker.
Also, it's been millennia. I'm actually surprised that buildings are even anywhere. Apparently, from any of this sort of guide. Either way,
I mean, might as well check it out.
I think it's a fine place to duck in and at least check to see what it's like.
So you walk in, and it's a pretty big and spacious tavern. And in fact, there's a good portion of it that actually is a bank for coin, not trade anymore.
Huh.
Huh. You think that? Never mind.
What?
What kinds of people hang around a bank slash tavern?
Well, down here, at least the ones that are able to get by and actually are able to have access, minimal access to the third level, which is the one for the for nobility. Which, luckily for you, because you're traveling with one Maxilon Zerestri, you're able to accommodate.
I'm gonna go see if they have a job board.
Yeah, they do in fact have a job board. Although their job board is not as big as something that you will find at some point in either on the next level or just trying to look around for your more shady areas if you must.
He can still
But anyway,
look.
going back to the tavern itself, everyone is being greeted by an Earth Genasi, and this Earth Genasi, she is how do I describe this? She has a gray complexion, but she is highlighted with like what appears to be like these like emerald green color of like dots that like make her stand out and makes her glow very beautifully and gently.
Accentuated.
Accentuated, thank you. Hello and welcome to the Emerald Strongbox.
Hey there, sweetie. You have
Evening.
any open rooms today?
Yes, we do have a good array of rooms left over. What kind of room are you willing to are you willing to buy out?
We'll take whatever's available at the moment.
About 3 of them at least, if y'all can manage the space.
All right then. We do have 3 rooms. We do have one room with a queen-sized bed, and we also have separate rooms with 2 beds to spare, 2 full-size beds. Of course, there will be accommodations to you as well with food and a ice storage if you need be, depending on the stay. But if it is just a quick visit, then we could just skip all the accommodations and just provide you with just the best of service and a good, comfortable bed to lay in.
Let's plan for an extended stay.
Okay, then. So then for an extended stay, we do have, as stated, different rooms with either a more spacious bed or just multiple beds in the same room, as well as you'll be provided with an ice box for any sort of meats and other produce that you wish to bring into your room, as well as in-room bathing. So you'll have no need to use public bathing. We will provide a bathing space with your room.
We'll take the 3 rooms. We just have to figure out how to split them up.
Very well then. And who will pay this off, and in what currency?
I suppose it'll be me. Um, Lytera nobles.
Lytarian nobles. Oh, I see. Haven't had any sort of Lytarian visitors in quite a while.
I haven't
And
had
you
the
have no.
chance to hit a money changer yet.
I understand. And whose name will be placed in order for me to keep track of the 3 rooms, sir?
Uh, yeah, put it under Tavern Callus, if you don't mind.
Tavern Callus. Very well then. Begins writing very elegantly in her record book. All right then, Sir Callus, I have you for 3 rooms for an extended stay, and that will equate to. And then she kind of looks over to you and your party. Again, may you provide me what exactly it is that your purpose is to stay?
Business.
Business. Well then, in the well then in the form of business, we'll go ahead and give you a discount, and we'll be happy to lend you all 3 rooms for 250.
Mm.
Sounds good.
You go ahead and give her your gold, and she goes ahead and gives you 3 keys, golden keys with emeralds embedded in the key head.
What did she say her name was again, or did she not say her name?
She did not introduce herself.
Rubiki would ask, "Oh, and what was your name again, in case we need further assistance?"
You may call me Alara.
Mhm.
Pretty
nod.
name.
Making notes, don't mind me.
Already ahead of you.
Alright, Alara, well, probably going to be hearing from us just in case we need some or another until we get some figured out. Hey, since we're here and doing anything, provides things to eat and all that, but any other places you might recommend around town, around the city?
Well, that would depend what you're looking for. What would you like for me to? What kind of information would you like me to provide to you?
I'm just looking for a nice place to eat. That just in case we get bored or whatever's here. No offense.
No, I understand. Well, with this being Flargos's, or at least one of Flargos's main trading centers, we do have a vast influence from many of the other continents, since some, being like Terran, Frostnerian, or Naturian, have decided to stay rather than leave. We do have a good array of food in the next level up. I do have this favorite spot of mine. It's nothing too grand, but I feel like just the natural ingredients is what speaks for themselves. A little stand run by a Fargonian and a Turian couple, mixing greens and their most prized meats that they're able to hunt here in the deserts. Plants imported from Naturia, all mixed together. And they
Okay,
call it green pastures.
green pastures. Keep that in mind. And just one more question, at least for me. So we gotta work to stay in the city, business or no. Do you know of any places that are hiring generally? Any places that are looking for help for kind of just whatever? Any general labor, manual handyman work, help, fucking kitchen work?
Well, there are plenty of places that are hiring. Uh, Above in the market, you will also find plenty of job boards The most prized job boards, if you're the adventuring type, will be found at the Adventurers Guild, just above. But if you wish to do any more small labor sort of job, there are several nobles looking to hire head maids, cooks, that kind of sort in the third level.
Bravigio will raise his hand for a moment.
Yes.
Do any of them need particularly a courier?
Well, you say you're a courier, you said?
Yeah. Courier, mailman, delivery person.
There is someone. However, I'm not sure if that job is still available. It hasn't really been picked at for the longest time. But if you wish, it's just above. Looking for an Owlin. He does majority of the mail across the city himself.
Miss Alara, if you don't mind, what can you tell me about the city's nobility?
Well, nobility, at least in this city, has grown since the beginning of time, and with the rapid change with how our city is structured, with the 4 layers, many of those who were here in the beginning and stayed are considered our nobles, especially since they have found ways to make connection and trade with several connections between the other continents. Majority of these noble families are in fact tieflings, although tieflings are not the most common folk of this city. That will mostly revolve around the goblins, kobolds, Goliaths, and also my own people, the Genasis, as well as tabaxis and a very rare type of lizard folk.
I just need to know how to get in contact with them. I'm what you call a merchant speculator. I keep track of the market and that sort of thing. So, these nobles might have need of something like that.
A noble, say that title again. A noble what?
I'm a merchant speculator.
Merchant speculator. Okay.
I track the markets, that sort of thing.
Well, if you're wanting to get in contact with noble heads directly, it would be kind of hard. However, the best way to go about that would be to get in touch with an accountant, considering that they constantly need help with trying to keep track of their own expenses as well as the profit that they make every single day. Goes from the marketplace directly to them.
Is there a specific counting house in the city that might be better off for that sort of deal?
Perhaps just a little bit farther off from the Adventurers Guild, closer to the entrance to where you would climb up to the 3rd level. There will be a small space. I wouldn't really call it a shop. It's just more of a space where the accountant that stands there is more in line with the nobles of the next floor up. Even though he does pride himself with any sort of work he is given, the nobles have made much use of him.
It sounds wonderful. Thank you, Alara. Your help is so much appreciated.
Well, I am glad to be providing the best of service, and I am very happy to be housing Lyterans once again into my tavern. Any other questions? Considering that as stated, it has been a while since any outsides have been into this city, let alone
Any
staying
good
in the city.
I was just gonna ask for the owl's name.
I know. Good old privilege of being right here then.
What'd you say, Benny?
Oh. First outsiders in the city in a long little while, and y'all have the privilege of having them being right here, I guess. Alright, wait. I guess we can
So it's so
I
it
guess we can
seems.
figure it out. Just kind of glancing at the keys. I'm just about to ask which one goes where, but honestly, it's fine. They're probably just over there, and we'll just try them out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's bunking with who?
That'll be up to you guys. But anyway, the Owlin's name, I'm not too. At least for me, I haven't really met him personally. I have seen him, but he's always so busy that he just immediately just drops and flies off in order to the next building.
Oh. Bravi is suddenly realizing he may not be as fast as the current busy Owlin because he can't fly.
And what was your question? Ink.
Any good spots to see while we're new to the city besides food?
Attraction, yes. Uh, every now and then the nobles will go ahead and allow the common folk to go up to the third level for several spots of attractions, many of which provide a stage for many of the exotic dancers from other parts of the world, as well as from here in Flargos. Several duels as that people can place bets on, as well as gambling.
All right.
Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it.
That does sound good, but it's only if the nobles allow us to go there.
Whenever the nobles feel generous, they will allow the common folk to be accustomed to what they provide in terms of the entertainment district.
So, like,
It is not
if
something easily accessible during the day. It's more of a nighttime activity, and even then, it's during for the late nighttime. And majority of Flargonians are either very tired from the long, extensive work hours, and are just in simple need of rest.
all right, good to know.
So if you're more like a late night owlin, you'll be able to make it up there.
Sure, we'll make do.
All right. Well then, there are things I must be getting to. If there's no other questions, as said, I hope you all enjoy your stay.
What are you showing?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sweetie. Appreciate all the help and all of that. Yeah, we will be off. Let you to be doing what you're doing. It's a little more of a polite nod, and let's go figure out these rooms.
She nods and then she goes ahead and heads to the back. So what was I gonna say? The keys, the emeralds are engraved with numbering and lettering. So the numbers that they all share are number 3, and the letters that they share are different between A, B, and C.
Well, easy. Just gonna try each one to each one just to see which ones where. Unless there's a mark on the door.
There are markings on the floors. So like when you get to the stairs, you do see that right next to where you guys are at, it will be considered whatchamacallit, it'll be labeled with B, as in like the base floor. And then when you look up the steps, it'll be labeled with 1, which will be the first floor. So you just go from there.
Okay, well, following the numbers and or letters, then just kind of trying out the keys until one of them works, or one of them works on which one. We're just figuring out which rooms. Are the rooms all next to each other by chance?
Yeah, they are next to each other. They're good. I mean, the doors are spacious, so like between one door and another, it's probably maybe a good uh 6 feet, but they're still relatively close to each other. Like you guys only share 2 rooms on one side of the hall and then one room on the other side. Still relatively within distance of each other.
Okay, yeah, just mostly seeing like how many doors apart they'd be type thing. But okay. Oh no.
So who's bunking with who?
Hmm.
We can discuss that later.
Seems like something we should figure out now.
Yeah, since we're here. I've mentioned before, but I do have a bit of a particular sleep thing.
As do I.
Yeah.
A particular sleep thing?
Well, I wouldn't mind rooming with Lucia and Ink if it's all right. Is Arya?
Mhm. We have 3 rooms. So
Yes, one room would have 3.
unless Ravigi you want to sleep with the girls.
He just tilts his head at you. Are you implying that you need somebody to watch over you at night?
I feel like it just went. I just feel like it just went over Ravigi's head.
Anyway, I mean, the way I see it, I mean,
Again,
I
he's
could room with
just asking.
I could room with Lucy. Ink can room with Beaker.
Beaker in the closet.
Yeah, just fucking staring there.
Just
And
in the
then it'll be between either Bravigi and Max, or unless Benny, you'd like to stay by yourself.
Hmm. Kind of rubbing her neck a little bit because like it's kind of annoying to have to do it.
how many people we have?
You
7.
guys got you got Lucy, you got Arya, you got yourself, Ink, Max, Bravigi, Beaker, and Benny. So you got 7.
7 people. So I what is Benny's thing about sleeping? Just to ask
sh-
again.
she can't really very well sleep with other people in the room for the most part.
Okay, so it's if it's case where Benny needs her own room, it's got to be like 331. That's about as best I think we can do.
Um, Malil used to sleep with Max in the room, but so whichever if that helps. I don't know who won because it'd be 332 or 322 or 332. No, sorry, 331 or 321.
Benny and I can bunk up. I'll sleep on a cot or something. Well, 2 of the rooms have 2 beds, so whatever works.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you'd have separate beds.
yeah, just one of them. It's easy.
All right then. Then I guess that will settle it. Ink, are you gonna stay with me and Lucy, or are you gonna stay with Bravigi and Beaker?
I can be with anybody. I don't mind.
They just flip a coin. Hold on. Let's just.
The coin rolls off down the floor. It stands perfectly on end.
Shit.
Cool.
It's magical.
It's just magical. They don't even have a coin. It's an illusionary one. It never
How's that
existed.
random?
Because I'm not looking at it.
Need to borrow a coin. I can give you a coin.
It's fine. All right. I guess. I guess I'll stay with. Fuck. Discord. Stop. Hold on.
I can
I guess.
go
All right,
anywhere.
there.
So if you want
All
me
right,
to
there
be
we
with,
go. For
you
some
know,
reason, the dice
Beaker, I
bot
can be
made.
with Beaker. Or if you want me to be with Lucy and Arya, I can be with Lucy and Arya. I don't care.
I guess since I was already staying, I'll stay with Ari and Lucy.
Okay.
All right, that seems fair.
But I can sleep anywhere. But for now, I think now with that settled, next thing on the agenda.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just put our things down, get comfortable, and then we're gonna have to go out and find work for however long we're gonna be able to stay here. Which leads to the question: are people gonna be pairing up, or do you guys are gonna try and find your own thing one after the other?
I mean, I have a few things I'll keep an eye out for, but I think Max is going towards one of my interests.
I'm going to talk to that accountant.
I thought you were also going to go, you know, kind of try to find the sneaky nobles.
That's how I'm doing it. That's how
That's how
Ilara.
Alara said.
I guess I can go with you and keep an eye out for a flying bird man.
So a merchant speculator is just a fancy title for a rich guy who has too much time on his hands.
You're the inventory management.
No, it means I schmooze with rich people and go, you should buy
It
wine
means he
next
literally.
quarter.
It means he literally has nothing to do. He's just wanting to fucking just butt into business
It's
because he's
it's a
got them.
it's a fake job for rich people.
It's an.
Yeah.
He wants. Max basically wants to noble it up.
I want to infiltrate one of the largest crime families in the city, and I'm starting by being a useless rich person.
Well, I mean, I usually travel around with you anyway, so.
You may. I want to say something, but I'm
Then say
holding
it.
back. You're fuck it. I'm not. I can't either or. I'm happy to go with other ones as long as we're not going out by ourselves. I think. I think we can at least agree going off alone, bad ideas.
I have stopped going out alone ever since I was in Light Terra and got jumped by 4 different fucking assholes.
Four
Oh,
oily.
greased up
Or
deaf
oily
guys.
men.
Four oily men. It's even worse here. That's the funny part.
God, everyone
They'd
here is
be
just
hot,
slathered in
sweaty,
self
and
tanner.
oily. Ew.
Everyone in Flargos, just fucking Christ.
Everybody in
Anyway,
Flargos is sweating their ass off, just fucking working, bro.
yeah, but it's. I think that's if we were playing mischief, oily men would probably be Bravigi's trauma.
Alrighty then. Anyway, alright. So Bravigi and Max will go together. I will allow at least since just to manage for time, we're gonna go ahead and just pair you up with. Well, actually, no. Benny, what do you want to do? Are you gonna choose to go at it alone, or are you gonna at least walk with Ink?
Honestly, same thing. Mild, well, like the funny, like, haha, infiltrating noble thing, but via the path of we get to listen to things as there's a head. Apparently, people are hiring for head maid. Like rich people and nobles are hiring for head maid.
Okay. So you're gonna go try to do your own thing in terms of that, since you're gonna go straight for that.
So,
Okay, then. I see. Okay, so in that case, Ink, what are you gonna do? Because in that case, I could pair you up with Arya, so you could at least have, a companion with you.
Her. I can go. If no one needs my help, I guess I'll go with Arya. I don't know.
Uh,
We can go fucking, I don't know, kill a dragon.
Dragons here, but okay, but I get what you mean. Anyway,
Blue
This is
dragons
a.
in the desert, anyway.
There are fucking dragons everywhere.
there
Everywhere.
are there are dragons. There's just no dragons right now.
Yeah.
They could be
From
hiding
now.
among. They could be hiding among us.
Among Us.
Among us.
Anyway.
Anywho, fuck it. We ball. We got our plan.
Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, we're gonna go ahead and start off this little uh job search, quote unquote, with Benarif.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So you go ahead and you head up to the second floor first in order to find what it is that you're looking for. Uh, Bounty boards, especially the ones that specifically list that nobility is looking for any sort of head uh, head maiden, head maid for their for cleaning duties.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Just kind of a bit of a glance at her bag, looking at glance at her bag, and just like the wayward frill of this maid armor. Yeah, let's see
Well,
if we.
remember, you also have oh wait, did you change in order to make yourself presentable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
No,
okay.
she's wearing whatever clothes they got from like whatever like
Ah, right, okay.
Oh, that's right. Actually, she was
Oh
actually wearing
yes,
the
the
funny.
Benton Fraser.
Yeah, she's wearing the funny button. What's called a button up the
Yep.
canvas bath and suspenders. But if we're doing, no, I guess we'll keep that on for now. But just to see scope out to see what's called how this maid situation's like, and see. She doubts there's a dress code for her, but either way, what's called, she'll probably find something to wear anyways.
You had the maid outfit.
I'm She's just not. That's not her go-to thing. Like the funny maid outfit, the maid armor.
I mean, I could.
Well, you get hired
All
first
right,
then
so
you
you
wear it.
do manage to, as you approach said bounty board, you do see one for a noble up on the third level. Appears to be a very coincidentally appears to be a tiefling, and at the same time, it says that uniform will be provided.
Yeah, yeah. Why the fuck not? I suppose. Ain't gonna get my shit dirty. But just gonna go ahead and kind of note down the details of that and well, go see about getting this job.
Alrighty. Also, sorry if there's not been any like map changes. I'm fucking Roll20 just doesn't want to reload for me right now, so we're just gonna do
Alright, I'll
Fear of
take
the
one.
Mind for tonight.
Sounds Sometimes technology doesn't allow you to do what you want. It's okay.
It's not even technology. It's more like freaking, what would you call that, software with the fucking website?
Either that or it's like a Wi-Fi thing. Who knows at this point?
We have our sending stones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in contact. We should be good.
So you go up to the third floor, and it is a lot more quiet and organized than the two bottom floors. And with the job flyer that you have in your hand, you go ahead and walk over to the estate that this tiefling noble lives in. And you are approached by a wood elf maid. Greetings. How may I help you?
Oh, realized I was muted, but hey, I was just saw signage down on some of them job boards about cleaning positions here and suppose general maid work. Just come in and see about that, ask about it.
Ah, yes. Are you here about the head maid job?
Mm-hmm.
Very well, then follow me. She says, opening the gate for you and then closing it when you get through.
All right, just kind of adjusting the bag slung over her arm and following and seeing what she's wearing and seeing how the place looks like.
The place is nice. There's like a pretty decent sized sand garden with a fountain as the front. In comparison to Max's estate, I mean, it's obviously smaller because this is more like a tier level, almost like a pyramid-esque kind of structure, this city. So there's not that much space, but just what they're able to do with it is pretty amazing. As you currently see some maids tending to the sand garden, feeding the fish in the pond, cleaning out the little bit of gunk that lies in the bottom of the fountain.
Hmm. And just seeing what kind of folks are generally around here, as far as the staff goes. These pond slash pool cleaners. See this wood elf here. Okay. Well,
In terms of races, yeah, besides the wood elf and a few others, there are some halflings as well as humans and another occasional kobold here too.
And just curious, do you know who I'm gonna be talking to about this job?
The master of this house. Hold on.
And this is where the DM is going through their notes, everyone.
Shut it.
Ever?
I
You
got
ever think?
names. Okay, I need to just.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. I know the pain of just randomly pulling up a name generator and going.
It's not even a name generator. I just literally have names on the standby.
Oh, well, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants McGee.
Fuck you.
No.
Anyway, Master Padorf.
Master Paldorf?
Like that.
Alright, just making sure I got the name right. I'm talking to boss here for the next little so and so.
Yes, Master Paldorf is a older gentleman, one of the older tiefling heads. However, he's unfortunately he's seen the better of his years, and he at least has enough sense to have us take care of him and his estate. It's
Seems
not
better of his years. Now,
well. He's mostly
little flyer says only so much. Do you know how old he is?
well in his heyday. He was a very powerful noble. He still is noble and still has some power, but his influence is not as great. He does attend meetings with the other noble heads, but he just mostly resides here in his either in his study or being bedridden with his old age.
Bedridden. Just how old is he?
In tiefling years, about 87.
Now, what does that mean? Like, how old is he actually? I didn't realize he was
101.
101. All right. I figured a bit of the outsider blood influence. They usually live a little longer. I just didn't know how. All right, so
At
he's an
at
old.
most, tiefling legs extend will be at least 135. At least that's what it says in history. Only very few ever get to see past that year.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks like that. Yeah. All right. Well, it's an older gentleman. Just wanted to know. You talking to our good Sir Padorf? And then, how long you been working here? Actually, I didn't actually catch your name, by the way.
Originally, I didn't have a name, but most of those that I grew up with simply called me Mystique.
Ooh.
Well, that's a mistake. And originally didn't have a name. What's your title here exactly? How long you been here?
I've been here for maybe 15 years.
Well, I guess I'd be none the wiser. That elfin blood in you. But you just a maid around here, or I suppose I'm surprised there isn't already a head maid specifically. But guess if there ain't, they're doing the
No,
hiring.
there's not really a head maid, and as much as yes, I would perhaps be fit for a position. Honestly, there are other things I do outside of just taking care of the master.
You said doo doo.
God damn.
Oh,
Okay, then.
Do you mean here, or do you mean you have other jobs out here?
Other jobs.
Just kind of nodding a little bit, following along. Just kind of looking around at the architecture, just seeing what kind of things this guy has around for decor, what kind of taste he might have.
Well, at least in terms when we're talking about a tiefling, majority of the core and structure are based off of his devil blood kinship with the devil that his family represents with. In this case, you see a lot of depictions of. I have a select few that I use just from the official books, just for this setting. Okay, right. Okay, of Mammon.
Oh, I guess that can kind of make sense for I suppose a wealthier man, just kind of looking over, noticing this iconography of the greed man. All right, well, um, he doesn't. I'm guessing he's old. You don't have no heirs, no kids or family to help take care of him?
No, I don't really have time for familial things. As far as if I still have family outside of here, I don't know.
Well, shame for him, I suppose. But all right, well, yeah, just wanted to see what we're walking into, you know.
She guides you to his study, to which she goes ahead and opens the doors, and right there you see a very old and very, at least on the face, wrinkly green tiefling. Master
Mm,
Padov, a an interview for you. She bows and says, "Ah, very well then. Thank you, Mystique. You may you may leave us." Nods and closes the door behind you.
right. Well, introductions. It's very nice to meet you, Master Padorf. And just kind of bowing her. What's called her head. It's called bowing her head a little bit. Go back up. Uh, I came by to see about applying for this job and what you might need. My name is Benny.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Benny. Padorf, of course, as Mystique has said. Go ahead, take a seat if you like. And there's the seat right in front of him, in front of his desk, or there's the two seats that are like at separate corners of the little coffee table in the center.
And is he like seated behind his desk type thing?
Yeah, he's seated behind his desk. He's currently going through some documents.
Okay. She will opt to sit on the seat in front of the desk then, kind of just gingerly as she can. Putting her bag in her lap and nodding. All right, well, Master Padorf, I was seeing that it was a head maid position that this was open for.
Yes.
Just wanted to well, I suppose you can go and let me go if any of the work I do ain't satisfactory, but I'm pretty skilled and pretty knowledgeable as far as general upkeep of buildings, cooking, other types of things, but anything specific that you're looking for in someone you might be looking to hire here?
Well, I do need an overseer for the rest of my maidens, just to be sure that every small corner of the estate of my manor is spotless, as well as just someone who could cook me a good meal and could go down to the market and fetch me my medication. Of course, as you see, I am a frail old man.
I
And
would
he says,
understand.
as you see him reach down beneath his desk, and he picks up a cane, to which he stands up and starts heading to a nearby cabinet. Are you parched? I do have things here.
Oh no, I'm fine on the drink. Thank you very much, though. But as far as overseeing, I do come over from Lytera and spent the better part of good amount of years. Well, not with everyone, but did oversee a bit of staffing at a tavern inn. More or less
I
make sure
see.
that some of the folks stayed in line as far as just working. But yeah, that all any basically everything you said more or less sounds pretty within my skill set, and in case medication might fail you, or in case of an emergency. I do know a little bit of medicine myself, and also have just a little bit of an ability for healing. So,
I see. And he goes himself and pours him a glass of this bottle that appears to be a cactus, and he pours like a little bit of the contents into a small drinking glass. Mm, that has some bite to it. But Light Terran, you're far away from home. What brings you to Flargos? And more importantly, what brings you to wanting to work a job for me?
well, I suppose a few things. Uh, just sort of traveling away from home at the moment, and well, specifically, I'm sure you know in this town you can't really stay here without a job, and genuinely, I can get a number of jobs up and down that board, but this one, it's sort of in a, I suppose, something of a comfortable skill set of mine, and can't say that I would dislike spending time in the third ring here, even if it is, well, nothing wrong with maid work, but no folks turn their nose up on it. But yeah, I suppose just the number of little things that sort of add up to me coming by and, well, asking you what you need. And I suppose another question is how much you're paying for this position here.
Well, depending on your work and your performance, I'm willing to pay you at the end of every single day 100, 120 every week.
Kind of just trying to hide it, the genuine widening of the eyes. It's like, okay, that is 120. And at the end of each day, I'm assuming you might be expecting just about every day or so. But how long would you expect me here for?
That will depend on you if you are simply only here just to claim a job. You know, majority of the girls underneath my payroll do have passion for this. As a matter of fact, many of them have already moved on, either back to their home continents or for better reward elsewhere, which I don't judge. If it is something that they wish to pursue, I could at least accommodate to that.
Well, very generous patron that you are. Well, I suppose I'm looking to. I'm supposed to have this job for as long as I'm here, and I'm genuinely speaking, I actually don't know how long I'll be here, but for the time that I'm here, and oh, you seem like a very agreeable gentleman. I could very well spend the working hours here taking care of this and that. I think no great boast on my end, but I think you'll find things run a little bit easier with me under this payroll here.
He puts down his glass for a second and he kind of like looks at you dead in the eyes. I only got a few more questions, Benny.
Oh, sure
And
thing.
that is it simply Benny? Do you not have a surname?
No, honestly, not really. No, and I don't really incredibly feel like claiming the where I live as a surname like some folks do. I think Benny just does fine.
He kind of squints his eyes at you and strokes his. He has a beard, so he's stroking his beard. Hmm.
And just these sideways slit goat eyes, kind of looking at him with a well, polite smile at least.
I could tell with my experience that you are speaking to me in a very honest tone, Benny. But I wonder, why be upfront, especially with the place that you find yourself in? I'm sure you've
Mm,
heard a lot about Flargos and Flargonians. It's not very easy to just simply surrender such sensitive information, especially with anyone in this continent.
well, which bit is the sensitive information part? I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm gonna lie to you exactly, but genuinely, I don't see a real big point in I don't know spinning too many tales. Uh, Not like I'm lying about being able to do any of this and being here for whatever amount of time. So, but which part is the sensitive information part? I feel like I may have lost something there.
There have not been any visitors from any of the other continents in many, many years. And majority of them are only here for a short amount of time doing trade down the docks. And yet, for the first time, and who knows how long, or at least in my history, in 30 years, the first light Terran to ever be employed underneath my payroll after all this time, given
Mm,
the very difficult history between all of our continents during the War of the Elements.
well, war being its own horrible business, but I mean, I suppose if the question is why I didn't just say I'm from somewhere else in Flargos, do I particularly look or sound Flargan to you?
No,
Hmm.
but a good lie does go a long way, especially if you want to stay alive. And no, that's not a threat, that's advice.
No, I can hear that it's just advice. No, just I think me saying I ain't what I am to a certain extent just kind of makes me sound like a fool more than anything. But yeah, no, from that's what I've been hearing is that there haven't been any long term visitors from just about anywhere. So yeah, Lytera and all that. Uh, but no, I didn't think it was that big of an issue, genuinely. But suppose I suppose I'll
Well,
keep that specific bit to myself then a little bit if it's going to be an
well,
issue.
unlike Frostnir, Flargos is open. We don't we don't have our we don't have our continent guarded from the outside world.
Hmm.
But then again, a lot of travelers would rather not stay, let alone live, given how harsh the land is.
It's the environment's rough. I can say that. There's that much there, but it's nothing nothing I can't survive, I suppose, or even live in. And for a second, I thought you meant Frostnir. Like, well, their gates are closed, but who the heck wants to go to who the heck wants to go to Frostnir? Um, but yeah, no. Was that your only question?
He nods, and that will wrap the interview. And he goes ahead and extends his hand.
Oh well, thank you for your time. And kind of leaning forward, she take his hands pretty gently, considering that it seems like he's dying.
Well, he actually gives you a pretty good firm handshake with the remaining strength that he has, and he tells you your first day will be tomorrow. I'll have Mystique at least let you take a look around the manor before you leave, if you wish to get accommodated to with several of the rooms.
Oh, I would actually greatly appreciate. I would greatly appreciate that if I could just get a time what to wear and just a little bit of a show round. I'd be square for tomorrow.
Mystique will have that ready for you by the time that you're about to leave. She will have your uniform at hand.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
He
And
nods.
just kind of a glance back at the door. Suppose I'll go ahead and see myself out here, unless you need anything for the quick second that I'm here.
No, we are done with the interview, and I look forward to your services here come tomorrow. He says as he claps his hands together, and the doors open, and on the other side you see two maids standing there, ready to, have you exit the room.
And nodding, standing up, and well, time to get out of the room. Trotting on out.
But there, and as you're about to head out the room, he says, "But if there are any questions that you have for me, feel free to either tell me, or I could wait for tomorrow."
I think I think maybe waiting for tomorrow might be good for that. Got what I need. Well, learned what I wanted to know as far as the interview went, so appreciate it. Just kind of uh same thing, just the little bow as soon as she gets to the turning around and little bow as soon as she gets to the door before fully stepping out for to allow the door to close behind her.
All right, you step out, and you eventually do find Mystique, to which she starts leading you around the manor, which is where you'll be spending a good chunk of your time here for a bit, as we're going to put a pause and then head for Max and Brevigi. All right, so Max and Brevigi, as you two start walking through the second level through the marketplace, uh, you guys do get like shoved aggressively because this place is packed. People are trying to get to the best goods that they can. Uh, early bird gets the worm kind of mentality. You do see a couple of fucking fights break out as people literally just start beating the shit out of each other just to get one good thing out of from another.
Huh.
That is my watermelon. No, it is mine, bastard. No, I saw this jewelry first. No, I saw it first. You just hear like these scratching and freaking people are beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Hey, what you doing in our turf essay?
What the
Don't
fuck
ever say
is
that
it?
again.
It's fucking roaches from Family Guy.
Well, the locals seem rather interesting, as foretold.
Seems to be the way it works here.
Still try to give people a wide berth. Don't want to catch a stray.
All right. So as you guys are trying to get through, you do manage to find your way and eventually go to the. You find the entrance towards the path that leads to the third floor, and as Lara said to you earlier, Max, there is a small building right there, right next to said gates, and more than likely that is where your search is going to be heading.
Well, then that's where we go.
Let us be off.
So you go ahead and approach, and again, even though this city is very structurally advanced, the building that you find yourself standing in front of does have the kind of open window concept, the same as it did in the bowling aisle. As you see through into the building, and you see a what appears to be a just going over again. Oh, here we go. Sand cat tabaxi. So he's like 5'4". He's pretty small, and he has what the fuck is that thing called with like the bees that are meant for like counting shit?
Abacus.
Abacus.
He has an abacus.
Yeah.
Yeah, an abacus. Thank you. He has an abacus that he has right next to him, and he has an abacus that he uses to help with the calculations. Door is closed, but like I said, the windows are open concept, so you basically just see him just working in his little space.
The door is closed.
Yeah.
Open it.
You open the door, and you hear a bell chime from above you, to which he kind of stops his calculation, like he's doing like fast-paced work.
Click,
Like you
click,
hear
click,
him
click,
mumble
click,
to
click,
himself,
click,
is all like, so if you carry the 3 and you plug it into S for the salary for the end of the month, and we take that and we plug it into the monthly payments, do some quick calculations. You hear like the click clack of the beads on the abacus before the bell kind of interrupts him, and he looks up. Ah, how may I be of service?
Oh,
Not
actually, how may I be of service? Tavern Callus. At your service.
the sand cat tabaxi raises an eyebrow.
Uh, to introduce myself, I'm a merchant speculator out of Naturia.
A merchant speculator from Naturia. And he steps down, and I guess he is small, 5'5". Both of you are obviously taller than him.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Looking down at this little fool.
Sandstorm. Pleasure.
A pleasure.
Now then, I honestly do not understand what it is that you're here for.
I was told that you were the person to talk to ingratiate myself with the local nobility.
And he raises an eyebrow at you before simply walking back to his desk and hopping back up his chair. I see not many wish to deal with the nobility straight on. I am one of the best accountants in this entire city, so I could see why they told you to come to me. So
Well,
why
then
is it that you wish to speak with him?
I'm here to make more money for you. My job is to make money. Sandstorm. As merchant speculator, I give advice and guidance on where the nobility should place their money to maximize their returns, their potential. And if they make more money, you make more money. So it's a good deal all around.
Oh, right then. He's still kind of not completely buying into this as he starts doing. He puts the calculations he was doing aside for a second, pulls out a like a big dusty record book, and starts doing calculations on a blank paper. Tell me then, sir, what was your fake name again? At least the last name.
Tavern Callus.
Uh, Sir Callus.
Oh, Callus is fine.
About how much is how much are you worth? If you are who you say
7%.
you are.
7% of total capital gained.
7%. And what part of Naturia would that be?
Just near the Tree of Life. Small village. I've broadened my horizons since then. Been all over the world.
That's very ambitious, he says as he looks up at you with more skepticism.
You have to be ambitious to make money, don't you, Sandstorm?
He floofs his fur at you saying that. Is like touche. All right then, 7% of Naturia. You own property within one of the small villages near the Tree of Life.
Uh, 3 mines, 2 textile mills, and a waterworks.
3 mines, 2 textile mills, and a waterwork. And what specifically do these mines mine for?
Granite.
Granite. All right, so far from your words, your worth being about
Oh, not 7% on Naturia. I fear you've misunderstood me. As what I do, I take 7% of profits gained from my advisements.
ah, very well then, I see.
So
And he
if I
begins
advise the nobility to move into wine, let's say, I take 7% of their return profit off their investment.
I see then. But then now comes my next question, that being, why interested in me when honestly money is not that much of an issue for me?
Because I was told that you were the person to talk to. I got a tip when I got into town, and it led me here. I was
Well,
told that you were the person to talk to ingratiate myself with the local nobility. I obviously cannot walk directly up to the palace and say, hello, give me your money.
it's not much of a palace, he says. Up on the next level, it's more so several businesses as well as a main stronghold where meetings are held.
Again, I'm new to town, which is why I came to you.
I see.
You came highly recommended.
And then he starts kind of like looking very pridefully. Well, I do have my work cut out being the best accountant in this town, in this city.
Well, of course you do. You seem a very busy man, and you seem very competent and capable. I'm only here to make more wealth to be spread amongst you, me, the nobles. I only aim to deepen everybody's pockets.
Now, I would understand if you were wanted to try and deepen the pockets of the other nobility, but why mine in particular, if you're here just for them? If you wish to make an appointment, I could try and make you a person of interest, if that is the case.
You are a deeply suspicious man, said Storm, and that wounds me. I come
That is
here to
because
make money and put money in your pocket, and you question me? Ugh.
Blank, blank.
I don't think you understand, sir. I mean, yes, I understand that your first visit here, but do you have any idea who these nobility really are?
I've heard some tale, but that's not the important thing here, Sandstorm. The important thing is you came highly recommended, and I know that you can offer me help, and people who help me get deep returns on their investments.
Very well then. Well then, keep explaining.
I feel like I've explained it all. You were the person to get me in contact with the nobility so that we can all profit.
Okay then. Well, if that's the case, then he goes ahead and just kind of starts writing down some things in a planner. If you truly wish to speak with some of the tiefling heads, I could get you in contact with some of their official officers and at least get you a little bit closer. Only ever in a rare occasion am I able to actually get a face to face interaction with them because they're that secretive. But if it helps you at least get somewhere closer, I guess you and I may meet said officers down below the in this pub here. He says as he hands you over a what appears to be a small card with the symbol of appears to be the symbol of an Acharian bird, a very
Uh,
big one called a rock.
Max is going to put a platinum on the counter. And if I wanted to get closer,
Sandstorm like sighs deeply, pockets the platinum, and looks at you. If you want to get closer, then all you gotta do is either one, make a fool out of yourself with one of their businesses in this level, or two, perhaps you could try and find a way in for the many shipments that come in from the docks that head straight up to the third level around sundown.
he places another platinum down on the counter. No, I think you misunderstand me. If I were to have a meeting with one of these heads directly, how would I do it?
Sighs again. Go to one of the businesses and speak with one of the leading heads of the said business and tell them that you're here for an interview and that Sandstorm sent. Say that I invested in you.
He puts
Though
another platinum down on the counter. An interview with who?
you are being very, very persistent with this information.
I think I'm being generous. It's just a favor between friends, isn't it, Sandstorm?
So I could tell. Though I guess that is the way things are around here, he says as he goes ahead and pockets it. There are many noble heads, however, the youngest being 5, closely in relation with each other. That is who you'll be meeting. Be on your best behavior. They do not like to be trifled with.
And
And
what's this one's name?
not 1, 5.
And the youngest of the 5, like you said, what's his name?
The youngest of the 5 is Sammy. Sammy Rosethorn.
Sammy Rosethorn. And I can get in contact with him where?
He looks over at Bervigi and he goes, do you by happen chance have any sort of ladies accompanying you on your business venture?
No, we do not. It's just the two of us. No, my man Samuel there. Hired help. Very handy with a blade. Good to keep me safe in my line of work, you understand.
Well, this might be a little bit more difficult for you, but perhaps he might find a clicking his tongue. He might find some exception. Rosethorn runs the most popular, or at least his business is the most popular. What the fuck is the name of that again?
A bordello?
Not a bordello. It's a
Brothel?
fashion outlet. There you go.
Well,
Very,
myself and my
very,
men here will need to be properly dressed before we meet. Semi Rosethorn. So it only seems fitting.
very well then. Well, you can either make mention of me or don't. And honestly, given how much I've said, don't.
Oh, Semi, you know how this works. There's incentive needed in not mentioning your name. You've given me so much help.
Uh-huh. And now he's just really unamused, but he just pocketed, well, how much you gave him? Like 3 or 4 platinum?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Anyway, head down to the bouquet is what it's called. Sammy does like to pay a visit every now and then.
I do so deeply appreciate your help, Sandstorm.
Pleasure doing business.
Of course, when the money starts rolling in, I will be sure to mention your name. Make sure you get your fair cut.
Uh-huh. And as you guys are like about to like shake hands or whatever, you see this owlin fly in with several uh pieces of mail. Sandstorm, I
Hey.
got your mail here.
Vigo will look over at him.
Ah, owlin. What do you have for me? Several things. A couple bills. Owen, yep. Owen the owlin.
Yep.
Couple bills. A few demands from you know who. And some news, especially with some really good news from abroad. Interesting. Intrigued. Well, thank you. Pleasure as always. And he's about to take off.
Sir Owen,
Oh, yes.
before you leave, I overheard that you may or may not need assistance in delivering things. I'm a little bit of an independent contractor from time to time, so I don't mind trying to help.
Oh, I don't need help delivering things. I could cover that just fine, given my speed. What I do need though is I need someone to stay at the office and receive things and mark them and send them out.
Well, where would your office be?
It'll be at the other end of this level, right before getting towards the passage to the base level set.
I see. I'll have to stop on by then. If I have the time.
Very well then. Perhaps if you come by later tonight, once all my runs are done, We may go ahead and discuss an interview.
He'll nod.
And he takes off.
I'll then look back towards Max and Sandstorm.
Max said, or at least Flunky said he'll be back. So in the
Alright.
meantime, Ink, what is it that you wish to do with Arya?
What does Ari want to do?
Well, Arya's just kind of like enjoying her new looks with the new outfit that she has, and she kind of goes around and explores, and she's actually going to sit down and stop at a place to eat.
All right. We can have it. They'll just go with them. Well, like they have anything to do. They will say, however. So, how you feeling about the temperature here?
Well, before it was really unbearable, but in this place, it's at least more manageable given the shade.
Fair enough.
What about you? Is it better than Lightera, or is it just about the same?
Light Terra is fine. Honestly, I'm more used to places that are more nocturnal.
You'll probably be best in either Naturia or Frostnir if that is the case.
Maybe. I was talking about home though.
No, I know you were, but unfortunately, there's not really an easy way for us to get back there, you know.
Yeah. Surprising. It nearly cost my life to get out of it, and now I keep thinking about it.
I mean, are you really homesick even after everything that's happened, or
I guess that's the weird part. I mean, not exactly a barrel full of good memories there, but I don't know.
understandable?
What about you? You ever miss Frostnir?
I do, though that's only because back then my tribe was undisturbed before everything with Lady Ringala and the frostbites happened.
Yeah. You never talk about that tribe. What's what kind of tribe did you come from?
A tribe of frost tieflings worshipping our demonic lord Levistus.
This.
He's who our blood runs through our veins.
Yeah. I guess similar kind of what me and my well, at least what I heard was my kind had. You know, worship blood of the ancestors and all that. Funny enough, though, it's not really so much one kind of people. I think there were tieflings, satyrs, whoever was blessed by the old gods. Though then again, I barely even remember that life. I was only, what, a child for most of my life. It was basically slave. They shrug. As they drink a smoothie.
Luckily, do have tropical fruits here to give you Sit's movie. So
Yes. Are you?
next
You
time,
know what?
next time, ask me about what it is that you want.
It's still. I thought if we were eating, they had drinks.
I mean, they have drinks, but you could have at least asked me what is to drink or what is to eat.
Fair enough. Either
Anyway,
or. If I had a culture, I only know bits and pieces I could grab.
well, are you enjoying yourself out here at least with us?
Eh. Mm, with you, yes. Lucy, kinda. Even Beaker, I've kind of grown to, you know, get along with. Vervigi too. Mm, Max and Benny, work in progress.
Hey, at least everything is working out, right? I mean, there's still things that we need to do that we're getting to.
I'm being, I'm being surprisingly goal oriented right now.
We all are. And we need to be in order if we're going to try and stop whatever cataclysmic event is transpiring.
I don't even understand what's transpiring. It
Is
feels like
happening.
a. Well, I know it's happening, but what's the end goal? It still feels like a lot of disparate parts. It's kind of frustrating not knowing the whole plan.
That is true, but I wouldn't know the answer to that either.
Not like the answer is gonna come falling in their lap.
No, which is why we should, right after this, start looking for work, you know?
Come on, two two goddesses like us, we can find work.
You are not a goddess.
So that implies you think you're a goddess.
I'm not a goddess either.
I mean, to me, you are. They quickly just look away.
I appreciate the compliment.
Anywho, we can find work easy. Or, make enough money to bribe people to leave us alone.
Let's just find work.
Alright, what do you want to work as?
I mean, I don't have as many skills besides dancing and weaving, so I could do either or. You?
I can entertain. I can serve. I'm really good with my hand. Or both
Okay, not
hands.
okay, not that kind of work.
I mean, hey, I'm just putting it all on the table. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying what I can
No,
do.
I understand that, but still, at least we're talking about something modest here, you know?
I mean, you can make a lot of work doing that, and you can get a lot of money. But that's regardless.
Well, you're
What
not going to be able to do that officially unless you're just going to be perusing through alleyways and such for such coin.
they have, they have to have bordellos here.
I'd be
People who
very
work,
surprised.
yeah, people who work this hard need outlets after a hard day's work.
I would imagine that they would at least have, you know, what I was doing with the nobles back in like Terra, when I was captured. They wanted me to take off my clothing and everything.
Yep. I'm not gonna say it's glamorous work, but it's work. I'm much the same in that regard.
Hmm.
Though, again, I only really try in that profession if it's someone I actually like. But if you want modest work, I'm sure we can do what Benny did. Maybe I got us hired as maids. Find places to do performances.
Well, like I said, either it's going to be weaving or dancing, one of the two.
Where's a place we can weave?
Well, we'll have to look now, wouldn't we?
Or we could become bounty hunters. Really throw everything for a loop.
We're really not bounty hunting type.
I don't know. We could probably make it work.
Anyway, are you done with your drink? Because I'm done with my food.
Yeah. I guess
Okay,
for
then.
now, we just see the first thing we find available and just go with that.
Well, let's just go and check to see what they have.
Sure. We'll look for any places that have weaving or entertainment positions available.
You could find any sort of like such that at a tavern that is looking for set entertainment to fill in spots during the week. And then weaving, you could go to either any one of your
Benny. Sorry.
Dungeon Master, I'm throwing ass for work. I mean, technically, Arya is the Dungeon Master, so Dungeon Master is throwing ass for the Dungeon Master.
well, as you're looking around for work,
Sorry.
as you're looking around for work, you do at least hear like you have some you overhear that there is such a place that you were talking about where your quote unquote skills would be best appreciated.
It's see, I told you, definitely a place that has that kind of work.
Yeah, well, if you want to go do that, go ahead.
Mm,
Because I would rather not, given how,
yeah,
the second that I start pulling off clothing and they see my Frostneering connection, they're not gonna be happy with me.
I I get it. Like I said, then I'll keep it as a last resort thing. See, Jesus Christ, you two.
Goddamn.
No, there are other blues.
I know, but it's just funny.
She's the only blue tiefling, but yeah.
Blue da boo dee da boo die.
See these Frostneering titties.
Blue! Fucking.
There are other blue people, you know that, right?
Blue, da, but.
Air genasi are blue. Water genasi can be
Oh, fun
blue.
fact, I just remembered there's supposed to be
Hey,
like
the
another
air
switch
genasi
tonight.
here are brown.
Oh yeah, but they're not. They do blue air genasi do exist.
Not
do
these ones. They're Mexican.
Wait,
What
does
the
that mean
fuck?
Zephyr's? Wait, does that mean Zephyr is? No,
Zephyr's Italian. He's based off of Zorro,
I know he is,
which
but
is
he's
also
blue.
Mexican because he's played by Antonio Banderas.
I can't. You know what? See, it all comes back to it. The point is, the
Why
point
is it we
is,
have to have this discussion nearly
Ink,
every time?
motherfucker.
I'm not the one who came up with brown air genasi. That was our DM.
Look, I thought it was good because it
It's
fits the
fine.
desert setting.
Yeah,
What was
that's
his
what I'm
name?
saying.
Was his name Memo?
I didn't give
It's
him a name. You didn't ask for his name.
Yeah, his name was fucking Memo. I'm telling you that right now.
Fuck you.
listen. I like the different color
That's
genasi. They
Genasi,
should
yeah.
be.
Yeah, the
It-
desert genasi is fucking tight as shit.
I mean, listen. We're never insulting you. We think that's cool.
And
No, I
I
know that.
want to say, Memo, he's my tamale guy. He drives a truck around the town, and he stops at all the spots I go to. I fucking love Memo.
Are you? I love this GIF. Read that,
I'm not
Cap.
saying
No, we're not
I'm
reading
not
that.
saying that I'm not saying I have an issue with it. So that's what I'm saying at all.
The point is, Ari doesn't want to work that job, and because fucking Inks likes Arya, they're not gonna push it.
I can give him other names. Maybe his name's Chaka. Maybe it's Abel.
Cap, please read it.
I'm on air.
Are you a Mexican or a Mexican? Okay.
That's beautiful.
I don't even know
Live
what
by
movie
that
that's
code.
from. I feel like I've seen the movie that's from. But then again,
That's
a lot of
that's-
movies start blending together in my brain whenever I
Is
try
that just
to.
Machete?
Yeah,
What?
no. Fucking Machete does one movie. He's just done it 40 times.
Machete
It's
don't tweet.
He's a really
love
good
that
dude, too.
man.
You know, he's got a taco truck in LA.
Jesus Christ, Stag. Jesus. I was not going there, but okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on from this.
Next
We're
time
just
Stag
gonna
Anywho.
okay.
pisses me off, I'm calling ICE.
All right.
God
How
damn
about?
it.
All right, Ari. How about that place?
What?
Um, they just point to they literally just point to a random spot.
Well, actually, you guys are gonna head off to a textile. You know what? I need to just pause right there for this one, just so I can recuperate. So we're just gonna go back to fucking. We're gonna go
Not
back to fucking Max and Bervigi. I need a pause right there after that fucking comment.
I love never change, Stag. Actually, do.
Fucking hell,
Please.
I was not expecting that. My God.
God
Anyway,
damn it. Fucking Stag. Calm.
Anywho, you two have fun.
okay. So by the time that you guys leave the little place, you start heading over to
The bouquet,
the
I believe, is what they said that we were supposed to go to.
you're heading towards the bouquet, which is where Sammy Roseforn's main business, which is basically a fashion outlet, one of the top fashion outlets in the city.
Thank you for
And
saying the last name.
yes,
Going in notes.
Roseforn. Anyway, and as you guys approach said outlet, you come across, of course, Benny, who just has come down from her interview with a new outfit or a uniform. Sorry, with a new uniform in hand.
Hey, Dungeon Master, what is this uniform?
So the maid uniform is a lot more flowy, and
Bikini.
it's not a bikini. So it does have like kind of like the same dress concept, except it's a lot thinner in order to accommodate for the heat waves, where it's breathable. And it comes in a vast array of colors and patterns, this one being of a floral pattern.
Huh. No, honestly, it's kind of cute. Like, yeah, it's still fucking servant wear, but it's kind of cute. Just kind of think, like, looking it over for, like, the split second before getting to... We've seen these two hoes over here walking?
Yeah, you come
Okay.
across them as you cross paths.
Is she wearing it or just carrying it?
She's
No, just
carrying
carrying
it right now. Yeah.
Hello, Benny.
Disappointing.
I know, just kind of a squint over. Would you look at who it is?
What? What'd I do? Do I have something on my face?
Yeah, you do. Anyways, how y'all doing? Like,
Just
how'd it go?
looks at
We've managed to find some leads. We're heading to the Bouquet. It's owned by one of the, what was it, the Spades? Whatever they're called.
The Blades.
Something like that. Heart of Blades, Heart of Spades.
Here, hold this.
But heading over there already. What for?
It's a
Uh,
lead on the nobles and people who run things around here.
I plan to ingratiate myself with, what was his name? Sammy Rosethorn?
I'm honestly just following along.
And yes, Bruvigi is here as hired help. A body man. In the scheme, anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. It's just a little funny considering it's-
The size difference,
size
I
difference.
should be his bodyguard. I understand.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody expects it until there's a knife between your ribs.
You know, you do seem like the sneaky type of bodyguard more than anything, but it's still a little funny. Considering the shoulder width.
But what do you want me to do? Just eat a bunch of food and start working out?
Yeah, actually,
Actually, yeah, that'd be awesome.
incredible.
She's gonna look at both of you.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, you got to start like tracking your macros, putting in the work.
I offered to be the deliverer and get climbing, but no, he just wanted to fly around and have somebody work at the office.
You know, flying is sort of hard to beat for a courier. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
You know, we have money. Just buy spell scrolls.
Ugh,
I'd
fucking
rather
expensive
find a permanent
hobby.
way of, you know,
If you're talking,
speeding.
All right, yeah. Jump off a roof, flap really hard, and then report back to me. See how that goes for you.
You do realize I have a way of not hitting the ground hard? Oh wait, no, you wouldn't actually because you've never seen me do it.
no, yeah, we wouldn't know that. What do you mean that? Do you mean the?
You just
Do
like
you have
tuck and roll. What's your deal?
Featherfall?
Yeah, I do have Featherfall.
That doesn't help you move faster.
No,
It
but
helps you
it.
fall slower,
But I can
which
cast it
seems
specifically to not hit the ground
counterintuitive.
hard.
I'm just saying, it seems counterintuitive.
Well,
Going slower is not your move here.
You fall a certain distance and then cast it before you hit the ground.
What if you mess up the timing? Do you just hit the ground really hard?
I never mess up the timing.
Yet.
It's
I know it's the same mentality of them fellows who fucking stand on buckets.
You haven't messed up the timing yet. You have a 100% success rate
how do
until
you
you
think
don't.
I learned how to do it correctly? I didn't just start jumping off of tall things and doing it. No, I taught myself how to properly do it. I've ate shit many a time back home.
Yeah, might eat shit again. It's just the nature of the beast. But
Yeah,
honestly, flight,
there's always a chance you jump off of something very tall and fuck it up royally.
I think the taller the better because it gives you more time, more of a
Exactly.
window. Either way, it is kind of nice to know that you can do that just as a thing. It's
Like
kind of nifty.
on a side note, yeah, that's pretty helpful, but it does not help you move faster.
No.
Uh,
Honestly, if I need to move faster, I'll look into a way of moving faster. It's honestly, I'd rather look into a way of not being seen.
yeah, it's the wing envy. But am I
I
holding y'all? Am I
yeah.
holding y'all up? Y'all needed? Did y'all need any help on that or hold? You guys got it.
I mean, if you
Ugh.
want to accompany us, you can.
Yeah, unfortunately. Benny, here's the thing. This Sammy we're going after, he's got a thing for women, and it's probably gonna help us.
Got a thing for women.
Yeah, the guy we talked to was not great on the details,
I would
and I didn't
assume
really,
he
I,
does
I didn't,
certain kinds of businesses.
I didn't really want to involve anyone in this, and then we ran into you, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine, honestly.
Although, let's be honest,
But
Max, out of the potential people that could handle themselves in that regard, Benny is at the top of the list.
Oh, obviously, wouldn't put, wouldn't trust
I
anyone
wouldn't
else
want to
to
get
be able
put
to.
in there.
No, and I wouldn't trust any of the other people we have to handle themselves in a situation like this.
All right. So are
Oh,
all three of you gonna enter the shop you're standing in front of?
suppose so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just walking and talking.
Okay
what?
then. So you enter, and I know what I want to do, Ink. Okay, we'll get back to it in a second. So all three of you walk into the bouquet, and you come across, and you see a bunch of dresses and dresses, undergarments, as well as a couple of accessories, full outfits with accessories like a bundle. Same thing for men. As a matter of fact, he also has like very, very flamboyant men's fashion. You see a lot of colorful suits and ties in the men's department.
Huh. Wow, some of these are actually really nice.
And a tiefling approaches your way, and this tiefling,
Jesus. Hold on. Something just happened. I'll be right
what?
back.
Are you gonna be okay?
They just
Well, it
left.
seems like it was urgent, so go ahead and wait for
I
a
hope they'll
second.
be okay.
hopefully it's
They're
okay.
I know,
Fucking.
actually dying.
I mean, why did you put that out there, Stag?
Stag, that fucking
Hmm.
shit from earlier, like that literally caught me off guard. I didn't even have like no recovery to that.
Uh,
I'm confused. Don't worry. That's my natural state of being.
every day, Bravigi and Jiraki are confused. Are they even
No,
here?
Jiraki is normally confused. Bravigi is just silent and attentive.
I'm going
He just goes
to roll.
nonverbal. Don't mind him.
I know, but fucking Stag, grown woman fetish. What the fuck is this?
4chan.
Hold on, I gotta find that stupid fucking image. He's like, he has a thing for women. It's like, okay.
Okay.
It's like,
Is it as
wow,
bad
you're
as
normal.
is it as bad as calling every woman above 30 a hag?
Why is that a thing?
Okay, I feel like you guys kind of like. Or then again, he wasn't trying to even be helpful to you guys because he already kind of caught out to what Max was doing.
Oh, I
I'm
was
going
just
So
getting ready to fucking like just hear him just start spouting shit in like a fucking like language or start making it in like
you know
different kind of fucking movements.
you know what would help in that situation? Having a mind reading charismatic person. Adult woman what the fuck?
I mean, I do have limited telepathy.
You can't break into people's minds though.
I could
Yeah, but
if
it's
I
like, it's
really
you know,
wanted to build that way, but no, I
Here,
kind of am not an asshole.
I know. Adult woman fetish. I'm going to die now.
Yeah. But no, like the last place for you is like, the sanctity of your mind. I don't want to fucking go in there.
stop being such a fucking pussy. But like,
Listen, the only way I'm going into your brain is if I either stab a blade into it or cast, I think, Mind Sliver. And I don't even have that anymore.
Mind sliver is like just giving someone an intense headache that isn't reading their mind.
I know. I cast sudden hangover.
I hold on,
That's what
hold
mind
on.
sliver is.
I
You
was
just
just saying,
How
like,
that's
old?
the
"Ugh."
fucking thing. People know
How
that you're in their head. Like they
Yeah, that's why I also don't do that.
yeah, that's why
like the
you keep
cursory glances is one thing, but the fucking like actually probing just immediately alerts them.
yeah, that's
If
why
you
you
fail your roll, yes.
if you subtle cast and you're a distance away and you're disguised, they'll know someone's reading their fucking mind, but good luck finding them. That's the point. Anywho, the point is, how old is Benny again?
Actually, it's been a few fucking months of travel in this, and Benny's 36 actually. She had a birthday at some point
So,
around here.
so by the youth standards, she's a hag, and that those same youths will die if they say that in front of her.
Honestly, Bravi's almost 30.
I know. How old is Arya?
Arya, I think I made her 32, so 33 at this point.
So
Oh,
she's
you
a
aged it
hag.
up.
Wait, it's
No, so
been a
you aged.
year?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
What?
then Bravi would be 30.
Yeah. All of us are like hags now. Even
Max is like
Arya.
2 months before 35.
Y- You're
Alrighty,
And
I was
so
before
say,
I learn I am the youngest party
I
member.
was say,
you're,
I think
you're
wouldn't
fucking
Max be
man.
35 now? It's been a whole lot of fucking months of travel time and like off screening.
Like
Fair.
I would
hag.
say
I
that you
think
guys would.
Max and Benny are the same age for like 3 months out of the year tops.
Yeah, because well, I was gonna say because with the travel, Benny was almost 36, so travel time would just immediate would the travel time we've had would just squarely put her into 36.
So Max is 36 in like 3 months.
Happy birthday, you man hag.
Yay.
Alrighty, so back to the scenario. You see a very flamboyant elf approach you. The normal red color, with a nice yellow suit to him. Yep. Hello, welcome to the bouquet. How may I help you?
Uh, I'm looking for. What's his name? Sammy Rosethorn? I was told to come here.
Elf looks a little bit concerned, like, oh, you're here to see the owner?
Indeed, I am.
Is it a complaint? He says.
No, it's not. It's nothing of the sort. Um,
Ah, okay then. Well, that's a relief, he says as he kind of like wipes his brow. Okay then. Well, what is the purpose for wanting to speak with said owner?
just a business venture. I was told this was the place to come to.
Well, the owner is in right now. He's come down from the third level. But
Perfect. My name is Tavern Callis. These are my associates. If you could introduce me to him, that'd be perfect.
all right then. And who sent you?
Oh, anonymous, an anonymous benefactor. Someone with Sammy's best interests in mind, I assure you.
Very well then. And he like reluctantly goes along with it and just starts walking very gracefully over to the back area. Takes you about maybe 15-ish minutes because this is actually a pretty big shop. till you actually get to a smaller room. All right, he is just in here,
Perfect.
and
Thank you. And what was your name?
oh, Ricardo.
Perfect, Ricardo. I'll remember that. Thank you.
He nods and closes the door behind you guys. And in this small room, you see several weavers, men and women, and you see a pink tiefling posing in their outfit. I don't know, Jezebel. What do you think? Is this I can't really tell if this is if any is this still in style? Asking one of his weavers. Another very flamboyant character. This one wears like a tank top-ish top, open stomach.
I'm
And then
just
looks over to the three of you as
thinking.
you walk in and like raises his brow. And who are these three?
Uh, let me take care of the introductions. My name is Tavern Callus, and you come highly recommended.
He puts his hand to his mouth and kind of laughs at that. Well, of course I would be. I'm one of the most powerful nobles in this entire city. Why wouldn't I be? Now the question is, what is it that you have for me? More specifically, what is it that you want from me? Because not many really dare to come back here, let alone want to be graced by my presence.
I was told that in Soot, you have to earn your keep, make your money. Yes? Contribute back to the city. And the way I plan on doing that is by making you money.
Yeah, they just let us in. It's crazy.
Am currently just letting Max use his fucking silver tongue.
My name is Tavern Callus. I'm a merchant speculator out of Naturia.
I was saying that out of character.
Oh, are you? Ah, Tavern Callus, out of Naturia. Hmm. And let me guess, Tavern Callus, does this be your entourage?
It would it be indeed.
Sammy goes ahead and he sits on a pedestal, crossing his legs, looking very smugly. Good, good. Always good to travel along with an entourage. And with a snap of his fingers, you guys find yourselves surrounded by like 20 guards.
Briggy raises a brow.
They all carry shield and halberd at hand.
This seems
Do you,
unnecessary. I'm not going to lie to you.
do you really think me for a fool?
Of course not.
He glances over to you, Brvigi. I know who you are, after all. And he reaches over behind him in a pocket, pulls out a scroll. Your face has been popping up here recently.
I figured. At least I tried to blend in.
No, I think you have. I think you have quite entirely the wrong person. That is Orn Ravel, my retainer, my man at arms.
Briggy just gives a
Whoever
little
he
look
is,
at
surely
both of
isn't the
them.
man on your poster.
You're not a. You've lied your way so far into trying getting to meet me. I could clearly tell it's in my nature. I am an expert liar, and I could easily see through the act.
I don't know.
You
You
don't
haven't made me roll any checks, so
Damn, he got you there. Anyway,
All right, you want to roll? You want to roll your deception then?
I was gonna.
absolutely I want to roll my deception. I'm lying to this dude for real. He doesn't know I'm not who I am.
I was surprised you didn't make him roll deception back with the other guy.
I have had to roll so many so far. I was just gonna roll with it.
I was gonna. Okay, I felt like because I have him roll for everything, I just going to give him like. I wanted to see how he played out the scenario, and he did good for at least the one with Sandstorm.
Yeah.
No, he's a bit of good role.
And
True.
I did perfectly well with this one too until he pulled out. I actually know exactly who you are.
Oh, well, you know who Ravigi is.
They know
Dude,
Ravigi.
they're one of the most
He
powerful
would
noble gangs.
absolutely not know who Bravigi is because he grew 3 feet and looks entirely different.
I like
Yeah,
how
but
the
he's still
story
a
goes on. I
purple.
keep growing more and more feet.
He. Okay, I'm gonna level with you. I
Also,
don't
my
think
skin tone did change.
your facial features change if you grow. Do you still look like? Is your face still the same?
Hey man, if the bounty poster says 3-4, do you look for dudes who look exactly the same on stilts, or do you look for a 3-4 person?
Well, that depends on
That-
how detailed the wanting poster
Anyway,
looks.
just roll deception because we're gonna just
Boop.
Got an
let's not put
18.
let's not put this in tangent. You rolled 18. Okay, let me see this.
I was about to say, if he's making us roll anything that has wisdom or charisma checks, let me know.
Damn it, I rolled it like if I was roll 20. I forgot it's an exclamation point.
It's okay.
At least it's not Stag's fuck ass server where you have to put a plus in front of it.
It's not even that.
Oh my god, he beat you by 1!
All right.
I'm killing myself.
No!
Don't do it, my guy. Play it out. You've done
In-game.
so good so
In-game.
far. You've done so good. Let me give you
Actually,
props, damn it, Jesus.
Well,
Anyway,
Benny can lie too. There's other people here who can lie. Probably
I
not
know,
Bravigi.
I know.
Oh,
But
hold on.
although to be fair, this is kind of already gonna. Okay, just let the scene play out. Okay,
He would be correct in that assumption. I do not have proficiency in that.
relax, people. Let's just. And yes, you would know to be a man of arms, wouldn't you, Lyteran, or more specifically, a important figure to the Lyteran army.
Um,
One.
nope. Naturian. Small town. Right outside of the Tree of Life.
Zerestri, you don't need to lie.
It's
My
Tevin Callus.
Sammy, since you haven't killed us yet, I assume you're willing to offer us some kind of work.
just hold on. Did Max just do the
Pretty much.
rebuttal?
Yeah, pretty much like no.
Nuh-uh.
I know we came in through the gate, and Max is like, "Well, actually, General Zerestri."
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
you did. You did.
I didn't
You
think those
used it.
losers would tell anybody.
Well, it's just a funny fact that it's like people have been telling us all day. It's like you guys are like the first outsiders to come in and not just immediately leave our fuck ass town.
Also,
Yeah.
to be fair, whenever you said that at the gate, of course they're going to report that to the nobles.
No, they wouldn't.
Dude, the nobles, I literally have been stating since the beginning that the nobles have the most control of this place. Of course, they have ties with the guards. The guards are bought out.
Sorry,
Also,
it's just
yes, my question still stands. Since you haven't killed us yet, I assume you're going to offer us some kind of work.
Well, it's not really work. I just find it interesting that you've come all this way. But I just want to know for what, Zerestri. You could literally drop the act. It's kind of annoying me right now more than anything.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to work, honestly.
Nuh-uh.
Believe me, you kind of found me in a pretty good mood, Max Alonzo Estri. Bravigi.
Sammy.
Myers says smugly.
Don't call me Myers.
You know, there was this whole plan to infiltrate you, gain your trust. It would have worked out well for everyone in the end. It really would have.
The whole thing about a couple outsiders from Lytera kind of already raised red flags from the guards. So of course we will be informed already. So we already knew you were here. But considering, as I said, I'm in a good mood, and honestly, you picked at least a good one of the 5 to at least speak to you. Because otherwise, if it had been Veronica, she would have at least had you slaughtered right here, right now. So tell me, what is it that you want, Maxalon, you and your companions?
Hold on, that name.
What?
Veronica?
Well, yeah.
You mind expanding on that a little bit for me, if you don't mind? I promise complete and honest truth after this. Veronica.
Hold on, let me find her last name because I know the other's last name is hers just keeps slipping my mind.
Hey, it's okay. You're the DM. You got a lot to juggle. We understand.
No, my question is, Veronica.
It's not your Veronica.
Oh, 2 people can be named the same thing.
And you wonder why I had to change out the carry that from the
Never mind then. Do
exactly.
you want to know the truth, Sammy?
Enlighten me.
I'm here to destabilize your entire way of life by supporting the rebel army that is currently marching northwards to your gates.
I'm just gonna step away from Max.
Okay.
You're gonna step away. The guards literally have their halberds.
Oh
Literally
no,
pointing
he's not
towards you
trying
guys.
to escape. He's just like doing a shunt to where
Well, you
if
better be
something
careful
comes
because
flying at him.
the points of the halberds are literally right there.
I
Sammy
need to see how he cooks.
Sammy raises an eyebrow and he goes like, "Is that so? I
It
mean,
is. The Flargosian model of citizenry and commerce is unsustainable. At this rate, you will all swiftly cannibalize each other, and you will be the richest man on a pile of ash. From what I've heard of these rebels, there is some chance for stability.
correction, 1 of 5. Because the 5 of us, we already have a
One of
plan."
5 men sitting on a pile of ash. No, not men. Sorry, Veronica. 1 of 5 persons sitting on a pile of ash with no way to spend your coin.
Bree just shrugs. Yeah, good point there. I've seen that happen.
You do realize that we don't have any connection towards our mage, correct? This is just simply the things that we do.
Yes. And how do you suppose that will change if this insurgency succeeds? Which,
Well, I def
full
well,
transparency,
definitely.
I plan to help it succeed.
Well, it'll definitely be a threat to our organization, that's for sure. He says as he kind of like just starts brushing his hair back a bit. He's got short hair, but he still at least keeps it kept.
So I've given you the truth. I've come here to, well, destabilize your entire organization, your economy. The whole country, in fact.
Maxie, what the fuck are you doing?
Hold up, let him cook.
No, shut the fuck up, boys.
It's going to be really hard for you to do that. Do you really not have anything on the rebel army? Know anything about him?
Oh, I just plan to wing it. It usually works out for me.
Doesn't now.
Well, sounds like you know something.
Does it now? I survived 7 years of war with Frostnir, 2 years of which I spent in an Imperial prison. And I'm still here.
And yet,
And
all of our crime families have survived just as long, and have been.
oh, that's only
And
because I was fighting Frostnir, not you.
there were fights on all fronts. It's literally, it's also in the history. There was fights on all fronts. Flargos was like literally like in the history. Flargos was like literally jealous that Frostnir was.
Partner. Sorry.
Shut up.
I'm well aware of the history. Thank you, Sammy. But the entire might of the Laetarian army was focused on Flargos. Sorry, not Flargos, Frostnir. And we were lucky enough to have supporting battalions from Flargos. I don't think this is going to turn out the way you want it. You can threaten me all you like. You could even kill me. It just won't end well for you.
I prefer to stay alive.
Oh, yes. You know who Braviki is. He's under my protection, if that matters at all in this country, but it does matter in Laetera.
Latera doesn't have any jurisdiction here anymore, let alone there's any sort of law in
And
Flargos.
Laetera didn't have any jurisdiction when it invaded and crushed Frostnir, did it?
Hey, I would like to fucking interject because Max, what in the fuck are you saying? For a second here, I know you're saying a whole bunch of shit right now, but
But was this literally just a meeting of this entire thing?
It wasn't until you made it.
Like I said before, honestly, if you're
Well,
offering a job,
We want Flargos as allies. There is something coming, and we need to stabilize this country.
he starts thinking to himself, well, that we could at least understand. Though I hope you know that customs already are different, and so are objectives. Though keeping it stabilized to at least make sure that that this continent will at least go on for after whatever events are happening is beneficial. Believe me,
You,
we've had reports about things that are going on in some of the smaller towns, and the things that our men and women have seen are not for the faint of heart.
you know as well as I do that Flargosian arms are unequaled. They have no parallel in any other nation. We need that strength to fight what's coming.
Well, I'll give you a chance to appeal then. And he goes ahead and he gives you what appears to be a almost like a pass, like a like one to show to said guards. Come tonight to the third level to the stronghold. You and whoever else you brought with, and you along with us in the five. We will have a further discussion on this topic.
Fair enough.
Again, you're just so lucky that you caught me in a good mood. Because otherwise, if you didn't, or if you had been dealing with any of the other four, you would have seen yourselves dead at this point.
Yeah, people keep telling me that, and I keep living.
And yet you still sacrifice much being man than anything. Points out your arm.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Everyone knows your story. Everyone knows about the soldier that was captured for who knows how long and even personally tortured by the Mage of Frost herself. It's pretty well known. Spread out, honestly, considering
Hmm.
the amount of effort that it took to get you back.
But you don't know all the details.
Probably not, but at the time it wasn't really our interest. More of an interest was to make sure that the Frostnerians just stayed in their place while we continued to conduct business.
Vree's got to tilt his head at that. And what do you know of Frostnerian business?
Anything over at Frostnir is our main competitor. Anything.
So you're saying you could potentially have some information if I were to inquire?
He raises an eyebrow.
You know who I am, and I assume you know a little bit about me. You probably know what question I'm about to ask.
Spill it.
Have you heard anything about my father?
That he's trying to make moves and trying to join with the Frostbites, perhaps.
I doubt he's going to be successful, but I would very much like to know his whereabouts if I am to aim to return the favor on some family dealings.
Well, as far as we could collect, your father doesn't have much to his name, though that little bit of we could squeeze out of him is more than enough to pique interest.
Well, any information is helpful. And I have a second, more jovial inquiry, if you'll allow.
Is it for
Which
a job?
is,
If we're to meet you at the third ring, considering you have, well, fine attire here, may we actually, I don't know, perhaps wear something? I, I'll be honest, I'm not really good at dressing fancily.
you wish to take one of my pieces of clothing and wear it to the meeting?
I mean, considering you haven't killed me and you get to pick it out at your behest,
I love the compliment. We could go ahead and talk about it after this.
thank you. I'm not unrational, even though I know our two continents kind of don't like each other.
It's irrational.
I'm not a whatever.
And you, Benny?
Thank you. That said, what about me?
You've interjected in order to try de-escalate this situation you find yourself in.
Yeah, because unfortunately, my dear friend Max likes to start off in the worst fucking possible way. For any sort of peaceful negotiation, just like looking over at him for a second with a finger just like trembling and pointing it up at him.
I
But
started peaceful.
to an extent, we started lying, or you started lying. Which, whatever.
It seems like a reasonable course of action.
No. There is a fucking escalation point. There is a cliff that was jumped off of when there were stairs.
Fair enough.
We can talk about that later.
Yep.
To be fair, the fact that you got this far with the way that you try to go about everything I am impressed. However,
No, your guards are lazy. They just let us in.
Tilt
Max,
his
don't
head
throw
at
no
that.
one under the bus like this.
What is? No, I'm not saying.
I'm not even going to comment anyway.
I was about to say, please don't
Well,
make me have to say anything.
It's fine. It's fine. But so, Sammy, is that fine to
yes,
call you?
yes, Sammy.
Just making sure that I know last name, a little title you're looking to go for.
Well,
Tonight down at the
if
third
you wish
ring.
to, if you wish to know, it was at one point Sammy Rosethorn, but it is just Sammy Rosethorn.
It's fine. Whatever you like to be called for. My name ain't Myers no more, and thus I request that you not call me Myers. So I ask you for what you request. We call you. That said, down at the third ring. Where exactly, by chance? Just to make sure.
You're given access to the stronghold.
All right. Access to the stronghold.
This one visit, we will allow the lot of you to come and say your piece to the five of us.
A little meeting there. What do you think? And what can we expect to see there at the stronghold? I haven't been. I haven't been to the city.
Somebody's mic is playing some music.
Say
It's
it
fine.
again. Somebody, who we expect to see?
No, just what do we expect to see? How's this stronghold like? I'm just seeing how.
Big, heavily guarded. You'll find there's a lot inside, but you'll be sent straight to us. No point of exploring.
It's fine. I wasn't planning on exploring. Just wanted to see what we could be expecting as far as, is it going to be crowded? Was there a little event going on? But it seems like it's a more personal thing. So
It
it's good.
is more personal. It will just be between your party and us.
It doesn't seem so bad.
Well, then, good. So this evening, I will see you lot later, along with me and my four partners.
Again?
His associates.
I know. But knowing him.
And of course, you have to appease all four of us with what it is that you plan to do.
That would be, yeah, Max's prerogative. I just have
No,
questions.
it's fine.
All right, then. Well, you and I can continue to talk, Brevigi. Whereas, unless you have anything else to say, Maxalon, Benny, you may leave.
I think I've said my piece.
And I'm sure we will get to hear a lot more of it come tonight.
I'm sure.
And then the guards start to break formation towards the door that you guys came in from.
Or you'll just sit there
Yeah,
and
Bravigi's
wait.
staying behind.
Yeah.
It's up to you and Benny if you want to stay.
Okay. Genuinely didn't know what the fuck was going on here for a second. Came in. Or not for a second, but came in. It's fine. I would look around I would look around to see what's here for clothes because we do have a few sets. I'm assuming y'all would like folks to dress up for a meeting. Or at
Yeah,
least I assume-
honestly, getting a fancy suit while we're here.
Yeah.
yeah. At the very least, I assume you would appreciate something nice to wear, and well,
You could grab something off the house. I will allow it this one time.
I was planning on paying, but appreciate the generosity. Okay, well, thank you. I think I'll go peruse then.
All right, and as you two head out, so then, what is your question or questions?
Well, they're all inquiries on one, can you get more information on my father? Two, would you be privy to telling me? And three, if that's a no, what would you like me to do to have said information? I know how things are done. Normally, information doesn't come for free.
Well, he says as he taps his chin. I did say that our main competitor, the one that we strive to grind into the ground, is Frostnir, because the whole of nobility, along with the Mage of Frost, is our competition.
So,
All
you
right,
want me to kill her?
have a go on, buddy. Rest up well.
Press well, Max? Oh, he's already gone.
He's already gone. Yep.
Mm.
Not so much as kill, just more so we need an inside informant. We need to know of their moves. We need to know what it is that they plan. Since it's nearly impossible to get any outsider within Frostnir.
You want me to be a mole?
It's one way to making you useful, considering that you're also Frostniran.
Don't remind me. But yes, I am, and I suppose I could technically, by being such, get within the frostbites. Even though I rather shiv the hell out of them.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Let's see. Besides fancy wear, there's a few things I could think of, but I'd rather not take up more of your time or agitate you with benign questions. Other than that, yes. If you could make sure that within the whole any air quotes inspection, I think of within the next 4 days is not an issue. I will just do whatever you need to be done.
Well, that will depend on how well you and Max would take that little conversation between us.
Well, I assure you, I can be on my best behavior. After all, you saw how I just didn't say anything until needed.
We shall see. Anyway, I need to get back to my modeling. I've already had enough time being taken from me.
And I need to pick out a suit.
Go ahead. Ask Ricardo outside.
Will do. And he will take his leave and go and ask Ricardo.
All right. Since it's getting pretty late, we're going to just go ahead and put a pause there for this session. I guess before we end, Cuddles, just so I can remember for next session, what is it that you wanted to do?
I was gonna do it in character, but we can talk about it in private.
What
I
happened?
want nothing. I want to talk about in private.
All right, then I have a, cause I'm like fading. I have a few.
Go no, yeah, go to bed.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do. If you want, we could do what I did with Benny and just do a separate RP for it.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to burp.
It's
All
fine.
right.
Go to bed. Go sleep.
Hold on, let me
Just
check something.
just don't forget the date.
I'm off tomorrow, Friday, so after I'm done with my little morning job from 8 to 11, I could call you up if that's fine.
We can see because just let me know. I'll let you know if I'm free around then.
All right, then fine.
Yep.
Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed
Oh yeah.
getting some action within the criminal underworld that is Flargos.
I. It's funny that it's still funny that the two people who are actually good at lying and impersonating are not there. Who is that?
That's
Who is that
Sammy.
hoe ass? That
Sammy.
hoe ass hoe.
All right. I'm gonna deafen real quick. But before I do, is there anybody that you would recommend me rating?
Not right now. There's not that many people on right now.
Hold on,
Alright.
I got a person.
You have a person?
Well, I will find you a person. Give me a second.
That sounds ominous as fuck.
I got friends.
Don't worry, I will find you a person. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Like I could put I could how about Jiraki? How about we rate him?
Oh man, totally.
Did you seriously start drawing that, by the way, by the time I was done with like describing him?
Hmm? No, I just knew who you were talking about from the get go.
Oh, okay.
I've been stuck on Veronica. Whenever I get back to, whenever I keep going back to her, mostly on her outfit.
Mhm.
But I was like, oh,
That's eight.
they're talking to Sammy first, so they're talking to Sammy first. So I went to go start that.
Mhm.
They're gonna
Rate
all
her.
5 of them are gonna get introduced in the next session. So I mean, you can still take your time. I'm not gonna rush you because I know you got stuff going on. So
All
I
right.
Yeah,
miss
no, I know, but like, or I guess
I
introduced to
miss
Sammy first. So went back to
I
Sammy. Also, same thing. I've just been stuck on Veronica, and
you're
I miss
good. I mean, I did tell you that I was gonna completely change out the outfit because she's gonna be a different class.
I miss Sammy, the snake whore, the snore.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
Sammy.
deafen
Sammy is a
myself.
tief. Sammy is a tiefling, and Sammy is an expert charlatan. Like the background's a charlatan.
Have fun.
I know
All right, they're having a fun time.
dicks.
Uh, yes. Hi. Yes, probably talking about dicks. Thank you. But we're going to go. Oh, raid. I believe that's CL Dark Rose. They got recommended to me by Cuddle. So let's go see what they're up to. Never mind. I cannot raid them. So we're gonna find someone else. It's always sad whenever I hit the button and it goes, no, you cannot do this at this time. Let's see, who haven't I rated in quite a while? Hmm. Oh my lord, the amount of goblins on my screen. You know, we're gonna go say hi to Tia. Thank you all who came out to watch. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Stay awesome.